We have a heuchera, and there's a common problem with heucheras. They're more of a sub-shrub. They're like Bergenia. They get sort of semi-woody stems that grow themselves out of the ground, and then they start to lose vigor, and those stems break and get cracked. So this is a perfect time. We're in Ontario, and it's mid-April, coming up on mid-April. Actually, I guess it's early April, isn't it? But the plant's just starting to think about growing. So we're going to work our way around, and we're going to both propagate this and make it a much happier plant. We're just going to loosen it, and these do not have spectacular root systems. Now, you've seen me before be fairly aggressive with plants. You're not going to hurt these things, but we want to get it opened up a little bit. You can see the old root ball. Now, all of these, well, that's just roots, but many of these stems have little tiny roots on them. So actually, if we can find the center, maybe we can swing in here. There's the center of the plant. What I'm going to do is I could tear it, or I could use my secateurs to loosen it up just a little bit more, and then come in where there's a join, and I'm going to whittle it first. So there's a piece that's beautiful. Look at all those roots. Okay, so we can clean up this a little bit. This one is so good that I'm not going to go crazy cleaning, but the more we can clean out, the more we can see where the stems are, and the more we can put soil against the stems when we plant it. Because we're going to replant this just as is. And we may have so many of these that we can give them away to our friends and neighbors. And goatweed to the people we don't like. So I'm just always debating about how far to go cleaning these things up. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the big lesson. I just want to expose these stems so that soil can touch those stems, and then we'll get roots on those stems. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we'll just kind of level this out a little bit here. And a little tip for you, if you're planting a lot of plants, hold your trowel like a dagger and plunge it into the soil, push it away from you and then towards you, and then you pull it back, and now we've got a nice hole to put that in really, really easily. And we're just going to kind of work the soil in underneath, because what we really want is for these little green bits to be just sticking out. And if we can do that and then gently firm it in, then that will grow on its own, and that will be as big in a year as this was when you bought it. By the end of the year, it'll be huge. This has little roots on it, a little bit of cleaning, and you can actually see there's little babies all along here just waiting for a little bit of light to start growing. Clean away all this stuff. If you want to really go gung-ho, you can do this in the fall and bring them inside and plant them. I don't care which way this goes. I care a little bit how deep it is, but what I really care about is that crown, that growth point there, is at soil level. That's all I really care about. Loosen it up a bit, and then push the soil against that stem, which was above ground and now is below ground. And that's all we're going to do to that. And then I just kind of level out as I go. And we're going to have so many here. I'm not kidding about giving them away. This one here, there's very few roots along this stem. This is good. I was about to stop talking. Sean stops talking. And we're actually going to follow that down and make a little fracture line, something to pull on. And then I'm actually just going to roll these away from each other so that I got something with roots on it. Lots and lots of roots. Do a little cleany thing. The reason I'm being kind of brutal with these, like we got so many, if I oops and accidentally kill a bit, I've still got 10 times more than I did when I'm done. Heucheras and Bergenias are a little unusual in how we divide them, this whole crown thing. Because like all of this was above the ground. And you step on this or you get snow piled on it, that cracks down into here and it just slowly loses vigor. Now this, we've got a great big root. So we're actually gonna dig a bigger hole here. Bury myself. And we're gonna put that all under the ground. We're gonna fill this in, but same deal. It's these newly growing leaves that we care most about. Push it in around the crown. And this isn't everybody's gardening style. See, we got a little baby one there going on as well. And these will grow from the stem as well. The thicker you plant your garden, the less space there is for weeds to work in. And I know that's not everybody's garden style, but sometimes, you know, everybody's looking for lower maintenance, and that's a good way to get it. This guy has roots along it, so we can just, I'm actually gonna hold this like a knife and watch my fingers. I'm not God's most coordinated creature. So that's gonna be great, and we'll probably just plant that like that once we clean it up. This piece that I just cut, I'm gonna jiggly jiggly, jiggly jiggly, little pulls. I'm just gonna pull it apart. This guy here, we could take this down a fair way. I just cut those apart there. So I could even take this down thusly. And this is a way of rejuvenating them, just making them younger again. Okay, and that guy, I've got a join right there. So I'm just gonna snip like that. Okay, and that's how we divide and plant Heucheras.